Mamba mentality, there's no time for weakness. It's all killer mindset.
Gilbert Arenas started out as a fan of Kobe Bryant. He was his idol. Gil had the whole fro and everything because Kobe had a fro. But throughout the years, Gilbert Arenas would become more than just a fan. He would end up dropping 60 points on the Lakers. Yeah, 60 points in a season he would end up averaging over 29 points a game. Arenas has always been a character, a chatterbox. He would have a war of words, a war on the practice court, and on game day, with Kobe Bryant. Gilbert Arenas would become a true rival, and then took it a little too far, trash talking Kobe, and we all know Kobe never forgets. There's a lot of history here, so let's dive deep. What is up, dudes to that's Ballers Players? It's your boy MJ. The last few days have been a bit wild to say the least, and I wanted to help out and get justice for Floyd. So all the earnings from this video will go to the NAACP fund. Even amidst tragedy, it's been inspiring to see people come together to peacefully protest injustice, because at the end of the day, we're all humans and we deserve to be treated equally, not based off of skin color. Black lives matter, each and every single one. And so it's everyone's job to understand the plight that they have went through and continue to go through so that we can work on breaking institutional racism, not just with the police, but in the justice system, in stores, walking down the street. I just want all the African American viewers to know that I'm supporting you, and I urge people to take action peacefully, whether it's donating to links down below or protesting in solidarity. Silence is not the answer. It's never been the answer. It's time to take a stand. So now, let's celebrate one of the most influential African Americans, one of the most influential people of all time, Kobe Bean Bryant. Like I said, Gilbert Arenas would score 60 on Kobe. That would happen in 2006, but we need to go a little further to understand the significance of scoring 60 on Kobe besides Gilbert going,
We got 60 on Kobe. I just scored 60 against Kobe, and we're talking about a win.
The 60 point. I was talking to girls different.
Gilbert Arenas came into the league in 2001 as a relatively unheralded prospect. Scratch that, he was a second-round pick. And so on the Warriors, Arenas would be a bench warmer. And yes, this is the time that Arenas has a fro. As Gilbert would sort of come into his own, Kobe was winning championships, averaging over 25 a game. It would seem unlikely that Gilbert or Kobe would really cross paths. The Warriors were one of the worst teams in the league, the Lakers at the top, yet Gilbert and Kobe would have weird interactions. Gilbert heard that Kobe would be on the court at 3 p.m. for a 7 p.m. game day doing his own practice, which was absurd and unheard of, something that Arenas thought was a myth. So when the Warriors would play the Lakers, Arenas heads to the court at 2:30, and exactly at 3, Kobe shows up with his trainer. They actually try to kick out Gilbert because they didn't even know who he was, and Gilbert had to explain to them that he was actually an NBA player. Yeah, that's how much Arenas was a nobody. But this was also how Kobe learned of Gilbert. Arenas would just watch Kobe's routine. Apparently, Gilbert's friend had met Kobe at Disneyland and told Kobe that Arenas was coming for him, to which Kobe responded with, "You mean the guy at the end of the bench that can't get off the bench?" Yeah, okay. But that was sort of a realization moment for Arenas because that was true, and so now he wanted to prove to Kobe that he was a somebody, and in there began a mission for Arenas. So drop a like for how many stories Arenas has told. 4,891. New TikTok doing a reaction stream tonight, maybe reacting to flight stuff too, cause it's June. The Discord is finally up, and I do go into the room to talk with y'all, so come and join. It's pretty fun. And to the 87% of people who watch my videos that still aren't subscribed, I hope y'all enjoy the content and subscribe. So that was in 2001, and Arenas would eventually become an all-star in 2005. Kobe and Arenas would have their battles over the years, but Arenas hadn't gotten that stamp of approval from Kobe. Even when Gilbert dropped 37 in 2004 and Kobe had a 36-point triple-double, it wasn't enough. Throughout all the years, Gilbert would keep showing up to game day shootarounds at 3. One time, Kobe delayed his practice at 3:30 so Gilbert wouldn't get time to do his own before the game. Another time, Gilbert came at 2:30 and took the court so Kobe couldn't go through his routine. He would also just keep yelling out things while he was shooting to get Kobe's attention. And as we've seen with Curry, that means something to players. Gilbert was always looking for anything to hype him up before a game. He was that one crazy dude on the team, along with Swaggy P and Javaris Cretenton when they brought guns in the locker room. But you know what? That comes up later. You also have to remember that Kobe is that dude. He's getting compared to Michael Jordan, averaging 27 points in the playoffs, a 3-time champion doing all that while coming out of high school. On top of that, he was just a killer, and at this point, his reputation was being cemented. In the 2005-06 season, Gilbert is torching the league. He would end up averaging 29.3 points and 6.1 assists. Kobe was without Shaq and would average 35.4 points per game in a season with a pace of 90.2, which is 10 less possessions per team per game than today. Yeah, these two were on another level, and while they had their battles, still nothing tangible between them. The 2006-07 season, Gilbert averaged 28.4 points, Kobe averaged 31.4. Just monsters in their own rights. And on December 26, 2006, Arenas went into another mode. Luke Walton apparently told Arenas that Kobe said he was going to lock Gil up. I'm not sure if Kobe actually said that, but that was enough for Arenas to get amped up. So Arenas called a play named 1-4 flat, which was basically an ISO.
Then I was like, all right, scratch the first 3 plays, 1-4 flat, right? Game starts off 1-4 flat, then Fields yell, Kobe, stop doing that. Go back, smush Gilbert, Kobe, the shot.
Tried to make him switch?
No, he made him switch because this is like our little thing going on.
He was just scoring from everywhere. With Kobe defending him, without Kobe defending him, Gilbert was just on fire. He was driving with reckless abandon, getting to the line 27 times. But with Gilbert going off, so was Kobe Bryant. Through 3 quarters, Gilbert has 29, Kobe has 32. Gilbert would almost never guard Kobe as he said he wasn't that dumb. Gotta love Gil's honesty because that's true.
I'm gonna take my ass back to the golf course.
I got you.
Yeah, man. Competition.
Get up. Let's go.
It's over, man.
That's it.
Can't let a light-skinned dude beat me and shoot.
The Lakers would be down 10, Kobe would lead a comeback, Arenas would have a chance to hit the game winner on Kobe, but misses it. As the game heads into overtime, one of Gil's teammates comes up to him and tells him that he has 44 and that he could finally go for 50. This being Gilbert Arenas, that becomes instant motivation for him, and in overtime, the Wizards win behind Arenas scoring 16 points in OT. Gil ends the game with 60 points. Kobe ends the game with 45 points, 10 assists, and 8 boards. After the game, Caron Butler is on the phone with Kobe since Caron and Kobe were close.
Caron is still cool with Kobe. Caron calls Kobe. They're talking. Gil, hey man, who you talking to? You talking to Cole? Put him on speakerphone. Hey man, if you the Black Mamba, I'm the Black Mongoose.
Black Mongoose, yes, you're right.
The Black Mongoose was a name that Spencer Haywood, his teammate, came up with since that was the natural enemy to the Black Mamba, and that nickname was relatively new at the time. So yeah, Kobe's response to that was that I'm gonna remember that when I come see y'all in DC. Uh-oh, they did. Also, Gilbert had like 4 other nicknames: Agent 00, Hibachi, Chill Gil, the Black President. Arenas was just having fun. After the game, Kobe said that Gilbert had no conscience and that he took bad shots. Gilbert took that as a compliment because it was from Kobe, who was a killer, had no conscience, and took some of the worst shots and made them. And so the Lakers and Wizards would play one more game that season on February 3rd, 2007. This game was hyped up. Everyone wanted to see Kobe versus Gilbert. The funny thing is that before this game, Gilbert declared that he would drop 35 on Kobe and the Lakers. Remember, at that point in time, Kobe was a 6-time all-defensive team member. but Gilbert really called his number like that. Kobe also said that I'm sure I'll be on him a little bit. That's one of the things that was puzzling to me. After a game, it was like Gilbert gives Kobe 60. I didn't even guard Gilbert until overtime. It was pretty slow to me, but that's how it goes. That's how it is. The Lakers meet the Wizards, and at the beginning of the game, Kobe doesn't shake any hands. Instead, he goes straight to Gilbert, pats him on the butt, and says, "Remember, you asked for this." And then Kobe went to work. Spencer Haywood called it a 1v1 battle. Kobe and Gilbert were going back and forth, and as Haywood recalls, Kobe just torched him. He shot 14 of 26 from the field and was pretty much making any shot, pacing the Lakers. Gilbert was showing Curry range, but shot 9 of 29 from the field, which is why when Gil and Haywood remember that game, they remember Kobe kicking their ass. Gilbert did follow through on his 35-point prediction, ending the game with 37. Kobe ended the game with 39 and a 16-point dub, falling through on his own words. When I tried to find highlights for this game, I could only find the Gilbert Arenas highlights. I couldn't find Kobe highlights or the ratchet typical 480p full footage of the game, which you usually can find on YouTube, but nah. This footage is from the 7 First podcast. The Gilbert highlights are some of the best 2007 highlights I've ever seen. At the end of the game, a triumphant Kobe thumped his chest and raised a #1 sign to the crowd at the final whistle. Gilbert would later call this his best game against the Lakers and described it as his best game because Kobe was ready for me and he still couldn't stop me. But Gilbert also knows that the Black Mongoose got owned. The crazy thing is that both of them called their trash talk ahead of the game. It's one thing to talk trash during the game, but especially for Kobe, to say that 2 months before the game even happens, and then to say it right to your opponent before the game even starts, going into the Black Mamba mode, that's different. The great thing about these two is that there was mutual respect between the two. Just watch this clip.
Hey, he hits shots, man. Shots. He makes shots. Like he shoots like there's nobody else there. I don't understand that. Like you know, like somebody jumping you, like oh shit. You think this man is playing one-on-one basketball now? He's playing 3-on-1, 4-on-1. Alright, man. Okay.
Gilbert appreciated Kobe's game and the type of guy Kobe was because he was a straight dog, the Mamba mentality. Kobe wanted Arenas to come play for the Lakers at one point, and that's the NBA brotherhood. Y'all can be going at each other's throats, wanting to prove that you're better, but at the end of the day, there's just a respect for each other. But what do you think? How good could Gilbert have been without injuries? Drop a like for NBA stories cause they're getting me through these times. Support the Black Lives Matter movement. All lives don't matter until Black Lives Matter. There are a bunch of links down below for y'all to support it. New TikTok, I'll be streaming and reacting tonight. Remember, the new Discord is there where I'm actually active and talk to y'all. And if you're still here, you're a real one, so comment BLM so I know. The Instagram shout of the day goes to The Lake Show, and the all-day notification shout goes to Clutch God. Thanks for the all-day support. Make sure to hit the bell for all-day notifications, and if you're not a sub, hit that subscribe button, join the all-day community for more fire content and all-day support. It's your boy MJ. We out.
Okay, just stop in my spaceship. Okay, just stop in my spaceship. No.